Hi, I'm Amy from Whiteacres and I help businesses look the business so that they can get more business. So this week I've got 5 tips to help you stand out. If you're struggling to make an impact or if you feel like your business just isn't standing out enough, then these might be really helpful for you. So my first tip is to make sure that your brand reflects what you're all about. It will really help your brand to stand out if you spend some time gaining clarity around what it is that you do and why you do it. If you have a purpose, then you can convey that through your brand and your audience will know exactly what it is that you can do for them. Getting clear on what you deliver to people is really helpful. For example, in my case, I deliver confidence. I help business owners feel more confident about presenting their business. And because their business looks good, their prospects have more confidence in them because their business looks professional and conveys their message well. I help businesses look the business so they can gain more business. And knowing this means that I can talk about this and do whatever I need to do to help people understand this through my branding. Ensuring that your brand reflects what you're all about means that your business will have a look and feel which is completely you, and that's great for attracting the right clients and being memorable. My second tip is to attract the people that you want to work with. When my husband and I are wandering around a garden centre or a nice garden, we are attracted to different plants. I like the really spiky plants that look like they've just dropped in from outer space, and he likes the big, colourful ones. So just like us in the garden, your ideal clients will be attracted to different things. You need to work out what they are so that you can get as close as possible to your ideal client. The more information you can gain, the better, as you will be able to get closer to them through aiming everything you do at them. Now this isn't only fun, but it's useful to gain as much insight as possible. And you can do this through surveys, through talking to people, through social media insights, through looking at the clients that you've most enjoyed working with before and seeing where the similarities are, and by researching, thinking and getting inside their heads. Try to gain as much information as possible. What are they interested in? Where do they shop? What gender are they? Are they married? Do they have children? Do they own a dog? What do they watch on the TV? Which books do they read? Are they local to you? Which car do they drive? Where do they go on the weekend? It's a really good idea to either make a Pinterest board for your ideal client with all these things on it, or to find a picture that is them and name it that so that you know who to target every time you are working to reach your perfect client. And then they'll be easier to reach and you'll find that they are much more likely to be attracted to your business. My third tip is to make sure that you look professional. So there are so many businesses out there with logos that are just not cutting the mustard. Logos that have been designed badly and don't do the business justice. Or logos that have been thrown together and looks like something you asked your preschooler to create for you. If your business looks professional, then that helps people to see that you care about the details, that you take your business seriously, and that if you pay attention to how your business comes across, then that level of care will be transferred into how you treat them when they decide to work with you. I'm not saying that a DIY can't look professional, because it can. If you do the work, if you think about your business in detail, if you do research and put in the time, if you just fling something together, then it is less likely to work for you. There are also many places where you can buy stock logos, which will certainly appear professional, but you may well end up looking as the same as another business or find that the logo just isn't effective enough because it's not geared towards your business. So don't let your business down by having an image that is confusing, unclear, cluttered, mismatched or amateur looking. My fourth tip is to use you, which might sound a bit scary. I certainly thought it was when I started doing this. However, if you include yourself in your marketing, then that is a fantastic way to build trust. People like to know who they're dealing with. They like to feel like they know you. They like to get a sense, of who you are and what you might be like to work with. Why do you think live streaming is taking off so much? Because people like to see people. If they can spend time on Periscope, Instagram stories or Snapchat, getting to know a little bit about you, then that can only help when it comes to choosing someone to work with who offers what you offer. People like relationships, so knowing a little bit about the person that they want to work with and getting a feel for that person, and through you showing them more of you, they feel as though working with you will be worthwhile. So you need to get out from behind your screen and have some fantastic photographs taken by someone who makes you feel great about yourself. Plaster them on your website, on your social media, wherever you can. Try making some videos like this or try live streaming and see what a difference it can make. My fifth and final tip is to be consistent, and you'll be going, oh, Amy, here you go again, banging on about being consistent, but I do that because it matters. If you present yourself differently in different places, then are people going to recognise you as you? If someone arrives on your website from Facebook, are they going to know that they are in the right place? If they get an envelope through the door, will they sense that it could be from your business because of the colours and the fonts that you use? This isn't hard. In fact, being consistent makes life easier because all of the guesswork is taken out. So you'll be thinking, which font should I use here? You don't need to think about that because you've already made that decision. So you just have a look at your guidelines. It's got to be this one. You don't need to think which shade of purple are you going to use. It'll have to be that one or you won't be on brand. Setting all of this up beforehand saves you lots of time later, and it really helps you out when you're trying to be consistent, especially if you're in a rush. If you show up every time, the same way every time, people will see you as reliable and memorable, and they'll realise that they've been consuming your content for a while because they recognise it, and that'll help them to see you as an expert. So you need to do some thinking and research on why and who, ensure you look professional, use you, and be consistent, and then see what happens. And if you do these 5 things, they'll really help you to stand out and be remembered by your audience, because they will know who you are, and you are working to attract them, and your audience will be the right people to work with for you, and they'll be impressed by your professional and consistent image. So what one thing are you going to do to help your business stand out more? If you let me know in the comments, that would be great.